Welcome to Drinking Bros, presented by StrikeForceEnergy.com. Put down the water and grab a fucking drink.
Oh, God.
Oh, boy. Howard Schultz and ISIS. Howard Schultz and ISIS is what we're screaming out tonight. That is what we're screaming out tonight, kids.
No, we're screaming about what the number one thing in my life I don't give a fuck about. Refugees.
Yeah, we'll get into that tasty treat later because that's a shit show.
Boy, when people are protesting over refugees and not homeless veterans, what the fuck is going on in the world?
It's like saying that I give a fuck about yellow cab right now would be the same thing as saying about refugees. I take Uber, motherfuckers, because you know why?
Because you're rude and you're stupid.
And you don't know how to speak English. So fuck you.
God. Well, Ross, I'm excited because one of our close friends is here today, Mr.
Jeremy.
The one and only Jeremy Horn.
Oh, were you talking about Jeremy Graham Horn?
Those are the only two famous people we've ever had on Drinkin' Bros is literally BJ Penn and Jeremy Horn.
Yeah.
Company, then.
And look, I think he's the first one from Omaha, Nebraska we've ever had on the show. Is that true, Jeremy?
He's that motherfucking Wikipedia up over there.
He's digging pretty deep.
I'm not. I just look. I know a lot about him. I used to have a pillowcase.
You know anything about fried mayonnaise balls in Omaha?
No, I don't.
You never heard about those?
I have not.
They're big in Omaha. Yeah,
they're huge in Omaha.
Yeah,
it's kind of creepy.
It's that and corn.
Corn, yes, I have heard of corn.
You have heard of corn?
Yes.
Oh, Rusty's heard of corn.
Oh, he's heard of corn.
I think everyone in the
Corn?
fucking
Fuck.
world has heard of corn.
Which kind? I'm not talking about the band. I'm talking about I'm talking about agriculture right now.
You think more people
Agriculture,
know about
motherfucker.
the band corn than the food corn?
Yeah. People are into agriculture. People ignore agriculture. I think that's a drawback to our society.
Well, if you don't know him, I know you know him, Ross, because you got that Wikipedia, but Jeremy is a close friend of the Black Rifle Company group. He is a UFC legend in my eyes.
Yes.
And owns a gym here locally. He's a shooter, a marksman. And what's your gym called, Jeremy?
Elite Performance.
Elite Performance.
Yep.
I see him down there every Saturday and get my ass humbled by the fighters down there. So I go down there for the Instagram photo to pretend I fight.
Hey, that's all it takes, right?
Yeah.
If it's on Facebook, it must be true.
Exactly.
Take a picture
It
and
must
you're
be
there,
true.
2 steps away from the UFC.
I want to get JT down in the gym. I think that'd be a good podcast video.
Yeah, roll around on the mat. That'd be nice. That'd be a nice thing.
Yeah, roll around on the mat.
Just maybe like 10 minutes of jiu-jitsu with Jeremy.
Just 4 sets of 5-second rounds.
I'm good with
And
that.
I'm good.
Hot dogs in the
what's
corner.
the resting period between
Hot dogs in the corner.
8 minutes. I need a bucket of dogs. Like if you could just have a bucket of steamed dogs, like I'm good. And some cream soda.
like the non-diet cream soda, like the really
Yeah,
thick
I'm good
shit.
to go.
Dousing,
I would find-
dousing him with cream soda right after he fights.
God, you guys are disgusting.
Yeah, well, hey, Jeremy, welcome to the show. We're really thankful to have you. We're going to get into your 2 half-brothers, Sid and Matt Anderson, along with your younger brother, Marshall Horn, after we talk about the sponsors. We surprisingly, we got a few sponsors who put this whole fucking shit wagon on the air. I can't believe it. The first one is not an MMA type of events, but it could be. I'm talking about StrikeForceEnergy.com. Strikeforce. Strikeforce Energy is the tastiest, tiniest little tin pouch full of energy, and it goes in every single liquid you could imagine. It's better than 5-hour energy. It's better than anything you've had in your entire life, energy-wise, except for taking a buck knife to your own arm.
I'm pretty sure it's going to be the Matt Best Freedom the Fuck On book sponsored by Strikeforce because I know you've been writing with it, and same here because I've been charging through that edit high as fuck on that Strikeforce.
Killing it. Matt and I are almost finished with this fucking edit, and we can go back to the real world. But God damn it, this is going to be a good book. Really excited about that. Go to StrikeForceEnergy.com for all your energy needs. Type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros. You get 20% off. They ship everywhere in the entire world, including to all the refugees down in Syria. They're shipping to Syria these days. They're shipping to Yemen. Because a lot of people emailed us in. They were like, "Hey man, you guys ship to Yemen?" Yemen, we do. We ship to all the refugee hideaway countries. Strikeforce ships to them. So if you got left on that plane or you got left at an embassy and you need to stay awake because you don't know when you're getting on the next plane to America, get it to some Strikeforce and order it up, and we'll have it shipped to you. We ship to all the embassies. Go to strikeforceenergy.com, type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros, 20% off, and they get a subscription of the month. Next up is a new fan fave to the show. God damn it. It's a little company called ghostbed.com.
Yes.
We all got mattresses. Matt Best, how is your mattress?
Dude, I need to give them a public thank you because I'm moving to my new place and I had to get rid of a bed and I needed a bed. They sent me a California King, which is kind of hard to buy sheets for, by the way, so watch out for that. But that motherfucker is comfy. And those pillows, it is literally
the
like
best.
sitting on the ass cheek of Kim Kardashian before the fake ass. It is so fucking bubbly and nice.
They're unbelievable. These mattresses, here's the thing. There's a photo floating around online where you see me buck naked fucking on the mattress. That's legit. Because these mattresses are not only to fuck on, you can also make love on them if that's what you're into.
When you got that wife pussy, anything's capable. You know?
Well, look, anything's possible in the world these days, Matt. You know what I'm saying? Let's say you're out there at home and you're looking for a bed to throw a couple prosties down, tie some people up. You can do that on a ghost bed. Ghost bed is so good to fuck on, it's like it's not even there. Hence the term ghost bed. Go to ghostbed.com.
I hope you just came up with that because that's good.
Go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros. They got some sweet promo deals. Here's the biggest thing that we're amped about that they did. They're giving away 5 free mattresses to veterans every single month. Nobody's offered to do shit like that before. So if you go and you're a veteran, just type in your email. There's no strings at all. They're literally just giving 5 mattresses away every month, which is fucking awesome. I guess all the owners, all their family was in military, so they're really hooking the shit up. By the way, when you go to ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros, just for using that link, you get $50 off a fucking bed. That's right, $50 off a fucking bed. And I think you get free pillows. I think you get free pillows too. Ghostbed.com/Drinkin' Bros.
It's actually a legit bed. It's not like you're just pumping a sponsor. I fucking legit enjoy that bed.
It's the greatest. It's the greatest bed ever. Next up, we got Ready Man, Evan Hafer. You want to give us the sitch?
Oh, shit. Ready Man, master the art of
batch.
self-reliance. Yeah, or self-sufficiency. So you can do either one. Ready Man has all kinds of cool gadgetry around preparedness, self-reliance, survival. You got Jeff Kirkham over there. He's got 7 patents. He's the inventor of a lot of that. So you've got the Wilderness Survival Card specifically, which is a badass piece of gear. Plus you've got the Individual First Aid Kit, or the IFAK, if you remember that acronym. Look at that. Yeah. So it's a badass gear site for, I don't know, if you could say badass dudes. What?
You can say that.
Lame.
You can say that out loud.
That's not dudes.
Yeah.
Go over there and use the promo or discount code Drinking or Drinkin' Bros and take a discount on all their gear.
Yeah.
That should be our new promo thing. Bring the man back. That's all.
Bring the man back and put him in you.
Yeah.
Put that man back in you.
Inside of you. In your bum hole.
Exactly. Next up, we got warfightertobacco.com. Warfightertobacco.com didn't want us to do any fucking promotion for them. They just said, hey, thank you for enjoying our product. We love all of you guys. They were so amped about the response at SHOT Show from everybody. They just want to say thank you. That's not good enough for me, so I'm going to tell you to go to warfightertobacco.com, type in the promo code Drinkin' Bros. You get 10% off everything. That's fucking cigars, humidors, and t-shirts. Big fan of Scott Jensen, the boys, and Rocco is a co-owner. Next up, straightrazor.com, my personal fave. Welcome back to the 1800s. If you want to shave a whole fucking horse, go to straightrazor.com. You can shave that horse down in less than 5 minutes. Been using it daily, kids. Big fan. Best shave I've ever had in my adult life. I had better younger, but it was from my next door neighbor. She was about 54, recently divorced, and she used to shave me for a little bit. We had some fun times, but
hey, you know the best shave I ever had?
What's up?
When I threw my fucking razor in the trash can and grew a beard. All right.
Oh,
wait, that's not good for
shit. Don't lie. You edge up, though, dude. That beard is too pretty.
I
It's
edge
too
up with
pretty.
a straight. I get edged up with a straight razor.
Yeah, go to straightrazor.com. Here's the thing. I actually read up on them because I was so amped about their shit. They're the #1 cologne fucking aftershave voted on in the entire world. Fun fact, and it's true. I use that shit every goddamn day. Next up, we got another new one to the show. Yeah, I'm talking about battlebox.com. That's BATTLBOX.com. BATTLBOX.com. That's right. There's no E in it. The E is silent in battle anyways, so they fucking threw it out. Here's the thing, kids. Every day there seems to be a new survival and tactical subscription box coming out, but these guys are the OGs. And their boxes are superior to the rest. There really just isn't any other competition. There's four tiers, $25 a month up to $150 a month. Most people go with the top tier. Look, I'm not telling you what to do. I'm not telling you how to live your life. Oh, you busy spending that paper. But get the top tier. They got the Pro Plus. It comes with the knife of the month in it. Here's the thing, kids. If you loved Carnivore Club, imagine for fucking survival and tactical gear. This is the new Carnivore Club for that. It's like Christmas every fucking month when the battle box arrives. I loved it. I got my fucking box. It was awesome. It was a water purification kit. I loved it. Go to the website, go to battlebox.com, type in the promo code. The promo code is this, kids. FHRITP. That's FHRITP. You get 11% off your first box. Not 10. You get 11% off your first box. Go to battlebox.com, kids. Big fan. Big fan of the tactical gear and survival equipment they're doling out. Last but not least, it's a company that's near and dear to Evan Hafer's heart, Mr. Black Rifle Coffee.
Oh, shit. Black Rifle Coffee is a premium roast-to-order coffee company. We roast and ship your coffee all within a 72-hour period. You're looking at the finest, freshest cup of coffee in the United States. And as we speak, we have a former 1st Special Forces Group guy who is our master or roast master, Edwin Parnell, down in he just got out of El Salvador, and now he's headed to Costa Rica. He is getting us direct trade relationships with the organic farms in each and every one of those countries. So we're looking at Nicaragua, El Salvador, Costa Rica, and Colombia to be kicking off here in the next 3 months. So if you guys want, and I will say this about Black Rifle Coffee, and this is what differentiates us from everybody else. We know coffee. There are a ton of fucking coffee companies out there now in the tactical industry.
That have started in the last year.
Yeah, that have started in the last year. All these guys are doing is they're just rebagging from commercial roasters. Do your research, okay? There's a handful of guys that are really coffee roasters.
Like Alpha Coffee.
Yeah. Now those guys are fucking real coffee roasters. The dude knows how to roast coffee.
He spent a lot of time in South America.
Espresso Le Bear. The fucking dude knows how to roast coffee. Everybody else, and I should say everybody else, like the big name coffee companies out there, they fucking rebag commercial bagged coffee. Fuck that. We don't do it. We roast it here.
And Evan, I will say this, because I just started on your subscription of the month, changed my life.
Boom.
I fucking love the goddamn coffee. I sent you a text the other day. You never even replied to me.
Yeah,
He's
because
terrible at
the
texting.
only thing that you do is you send me back dick shots. I got it,
Dick
dude.
pics,
Like
yeah.
your dick is huge.
Yeah,
I got it. It's huge. I don't understand why the urethra hole is so big, though. I don't know if
There's a
you've been
lot of
stretching
liquid
that thing
coming
out or what.
A lot of liquid coming out. Sometimes solid, sometimes just straight liquid. But
That looks like the end of a fire hose.
I know.
It doesn't make sense to me.
I know. But hey, this is going to be the easiest segue of all time, because I really, really want to dive into what you did with Starbucks in the refugee crisis. That was fucking hilarious, by the way, Evan. I mean, that was savage, ruthless.
Some people got it. Some people didn't get it.
Some people got it. Some people
Some
didn't
people
get
just
How
it.
do you
go
not
fucking
get that?
bottom left.
Yeah,
Like,
how do you not get that?
racist assholes. Like,
Tell the
shut up.
audience what you did. Explain for the audience who didn't see it.
All right, so what I did is we were here on a podcast last night till late in the evening. Was it like, oh, I shouldn't say late. It was like 6 o'clock. What we did was we developed a meme that said, because Starbucks says, we vow to hire 10,000 refugees, right? Because refugees is like, it should be at the foremost, thought in our mind about taking care of all these fucking people from 7 countries that we have travel bans for 90 days. I mean, people are up in arms about this shit because of the 100 people that we're going to fucking inconvenience in the next 90 days. So, you know, we posted a meme about it, and here's the deal, which is like going back to what the meme was all about, which was Starbucks vows to hire fucking 10,000 refugees.
That was their message yesterday.
That was their message.
They said that.
We countered with
change it.
Black Rifle vows to hire 10,000 veterans. So, but that's a huge thing for us. Like our company right now, we're sub 50 people. And what they did is they said, in the next 5 years, we're going to hire 10,000 veterans. That's what they said 2 years ago. Yeah. There are 8,800 or 3 years ago. There are 8,800 veterans hired. Good on them. Fucking right on, dude. But they have over 300,000 people that work for that fucking coffee company internationally. So 10,000 veterans. Good job, guys. That's like me saying, "Hey, I'm going to hire a fucking veteran next month." One. Actually, no. I'm going to hire a fraction of one. I'm going to give a guy an hour worth of fucking work next month. For us to vow to hire 10,000 people in the next 5 years, 10,000 veterans, dude, you know how much fucking work we just signed on to do? And what I was doing was we're painting light, which is, why is there a refugee ban on these 7 countries? Because of a direct threat from ISIS, right? We're not banning because we're like, we don't like this country.
Yeah, exactly.
No, it's like, dude, it's a direct threat. And here's the fucking inside scoop, which is as these fucking terrorists have rolled through these countries, they've been fucking scooping up passports and hopping on fucking planes and heading international. So, yeah, there is a big threat.
And nuking thousands of people.
There's like big fucking
You know
threat.
all those videos you see when they're just cutting throats and throwing them in the river?
Dude,
they're taking documents.
Yeah, this isn't about fucking Trump. This isn't about like it's not about conservative versus liberal. It's about the hysteria generated around something that is so fucking insignificant when we have real issues that we should be tackling. And so everybody got butthurt because I had a picture of ISIS on there holding fucking Starbucks
That's
cups.
a part of the satire of putting, ISIS and Starbucks on there. It's a fucking joke. It's not a dick. Don't take it so hard.
Yeah, it's not. I like that.
Nailed it.
You did. And
it is.
And it's like, we got bigger fish to fry. And that's exactly what we put in the comments. We're like, I think we say enough. Well, fuck, that thing went like viral within hours. It was shared. I fuck 30,000 times.
Yeah, but you know what I don't get either is everybody, we have patriotism here in the United States. We have patriotism based on people that were colonized from the UK and everywhere over there, that we said, fuck you guys, we're making our own country, and we stood our ground and we fought for it. So now all these people in these countries that are in their own fights for independence, they're just running away. Fuck off. Start fighting. Like, you want your land, you want your freedom, you want that? Fucking pick up a goddamn weapon and fight for it. That's what our ancestors did.
Yeah, every country in the history of civilization has rose up against whatever they felt was wrong and fought to have their freedom to some capacity. Fuck, we did it. Every country's done it. Why are we supposed to take everybody else's fucking people?
Dude, I think it is a super complex situation. And at the end of the day, like, it's not our duty here as business owners to fucking solve the immigration problem. All we're saying is we vow as entrepreneurs to progress our business and hire what matters, which is veterans. And that's the case in point with a little sprinkle of satire on top of it. And people can't see that. And that's fine. We don't fucking care. And it got pulled, and it is what it is. But we're going to stay true to the root of what we believe in, which is empowering veterans, giving them a voice that matters again. And that's that. Did you think that meme was too much, Jeremy?
No, I don't get offended very easily, thow.
What do you think that's from, just like your course of life? And
honestly, because I just don't really give a damn what other people think. I mean, I make my own decisions, and I try to view life through my experiences and what I've dealt with. And I see something that's, maybe a little off color, I just don't care. It doesn't faze me.
If only everybody shared that, life would be so easy. Yeah, I don't know, man.
It's a tough one. Because I'm in Evan's camp where I just don't care. To me, you shouldn't be having kids if you can't take care of them and all that other shit. Like, it's just crazy to me. Those countries have been shitty for 30, to 50 years or whatever. You know what you're getting into, and if you're going to put a child into the world in that situation, like, it's going to end up bad. So I don't know. I could go on for this for like hours.
Yeah, there's part of that too, where it's like people like make fun of sensitivity, but the second it's put on them, they throw the world's largest fit, you know. And I think people just need to relax a little bit on all sides. And it's somewhat of a marketing tool because it's a shareable meme, but at the end of the day, it's depicting the true message of our company.
Starbucks yesterday came out and made a statement and said what was important to them. We quoted them and we said what was important to us.
Right, and that's the thing. It's like people take that and develop their own opinions without even us providing the information, saying, well, Starbucks did hire ventures. We never said that they didn't do that. We're simply saying our counter to their...
today to hire 10,000
and our counter to that is...
We said, well, we're going to work our asses off to try and hire 10,000 fucking veterans.
Yeah.
Because the military veterans that have suffered freaking 13, 14 years of war is important to us to take care of.
And coffee.
Yeah,
lots
of coffee.
And coffee. But who better to make that coffee than veterans, you know?
I do. I've been living with my French press now. I threw away my Keurig machine and I sent a picture to Evan because he needs me to change and I'll do it. I'm sorry for that. Okay?
Yeah, you're changing. I like that.
Yeah,
I like that.
He's changing. He's morphing right in front of me. It's amazing.
Turning into a coffee snob.
I mean, he's got a beautiful flannel on. It's the first time that I've seen him not wearing a t-shirt in quite a few weeks, actually.
Wow.
He's wearing shoes. I think that's because of the snow on the ground. And he's wearing pants.
I'm a big boy today.
He's a big boy.
You know? I have like a girl living with me now, so it's like I'm trying to be a little more adult, you know?
Okay.
No, I'm not. That's not true at all.
Now wait a minute. When we were at the VBA last year, I told Evan that I use a French press, and he looked me right in the eye and said, "You're a damn communist."
Well, because here's the deal: the objective is to get people off. Like we sell K-cups. I'm not gonna lie. We sell them because people like the ease in which they can get coffee.
Yep, I'm one of those people.
I'm always going to push people towards doing something that I feel is a better or higher quality product. So in order of product quality and coffee in my mind, you're going to have, like, I'm an espresso drinker. I drink espresso pretty much all day. If I can't drink espresso, I drink pour over. So pour over can come in several different methods, but then if I can't do pour over, then I do like a drip. If I can't do drip, then I'll do French press. If I can't do French press, then I do fucking K-cup. That's like in order of priority. So what I look at this is like the closer I can get you guys to drinking espresso, the fucking better I am.
Yeah.
Sorry.
I like the ease of it. The French press is pretty easy because I bought one of those electric water heaters from Target. Exactly, right? You got one of those, Jeremy?
Yep.
Yeah, you fucking like 2 minutes, if that, the water's heated, and then 4 minutes stir on the French press, and you got yourself a nice cup of Joe.
Yep. I'm a K-cup drinking motherfucker, dude.
You fucking
really
bitch.
Am. Hey, Jeremy. By the way, what are you doing out in Salt Lake City? Do you live there?
Yeah, I've been out here for about 15 years now. Been running a gym for 12, 13.
Was that the gym you trained out of for all your MMA?
Not all of them. For the last few years, I have. I moved out here in 2004, I think. And no, a little before that, 2003 maybe. I opened a gym in 2004. So from my second fight with Chuck on, I've been training out here.
And you got the new facility now that's that's a year old now?
Yeah. We moved in October of last year, so a little over a year of 2015. So a little over a year.
It's fucking awesome.
How long have you been retired, by the way?
I'm not.
Wow, no way.
Yeah,
when was your last fight?
Starting to run the gym and starting to train other guys. My own fight schedule has slowed down a little bit, but I'm not retired yet. I still would like to fight more, but it's just it gets pushed down the list of priorities a little bit because I got other things taking precedence. But it's still on the list. It's not off the list yet.
Okay, because
I'm gonna try to weasel my way into the corner on that fight.
All right.
Done.
I'll be the ice bucket guy where I don't say anything. I just hold the ice.
We can do that. That's easy.
Yeah, because, Jeremy, just going back over your career for the audience, you fought Frank Shamrock, Chuck Liddell, and Range 15 star Randy Couture.
Yes, indeed.
You've gone up against the best of the best for years and years and years. I mean, that Shamrock fight was in 98, correct?
Mm-hmm.
So how are you still hammering away 20 years later inside the octagon. I mean, that's why I assumed you were retired. Like, that's a fucking crazy amount of time to be fighting in the MMA.
So I've had a couple other people ask me that. I don't really know what it's attributed to, but I kind of think my perspective is this: if you're made of mush, you can't really get hurt. So, you can.
I like that perspective.
Jared
resonates with that.
Jared's life slogan, right
So,
there.
I mean, think about it. If you have just a pile of mud, you can stomp on it as much as you want. It's still a pile of mud. You didn't do anything to it. So that's kind of what I think. I mean, I can go through a lot of abuse, and it doesn't really change me. It doesn't really hurt me. Doesn't really affect me much.
Yeah, I would call you a pile of mud. You're scary as fuck, bro.
Yeah.
Scary.
So who? Let's say, if you had to, gun to your head, who was the toughest competitor you went up against in the last 20 years?
It's a really hard question to answer because tough is kind of a relative word. I mean, like physically tough. Challenging to win.
We'll go challenging to win first, and then we'll go physically tough.
I would say probably my most challenging fight was my fight with Anderson Silva. I ended up not winning that fight, but we went 3 rounds and he won a decision and he beat the crap out of me pretty good. But I pulled my groin muscle real bad about 10 seconds into the first round.
Oh shit!
I shot a takedown and my leg
And that wasn't Pride, right?
No, it was a show in Korea. I think they only did 1 or 2. They called it Gladiators, but similar Pride look. Okay. But yeah, so I ended up continuing to fight, but by the end of the first round, my leg was numb and I was kind of dragging it around like Frankenstein. So he just beat the crap out of me. So that was quite challenging.
And Ross, like something to talk about these guys in the gym, just for anybody that like likes to fight. Like everybody wants to think they're tough, whether or not you serve in the military and all those things. And it's like, I've been punching fucking bags for years and shit, but stepping in there with guys that are like Jeremy's level and them going at 30%. And sometimes like first in the gym, they won't even throw punches. They'll just do head movement on you and they'll fucking make you so tired without even throwing a punch. You're like, well, fuck this career.
Yeah.
Which is like why I never got like guys at shows like on these local events that just want to pick fights because you don't know who the fuck you're going to be dealing with.
I know.
It really blows me away how many people think they're tough for zero evidence. Like never been in a fight, never thrown a punch, never been hit.
One of my favorite quotes is from Chopper Reed. You know who he is?
Oh yeah,
yeah. And he goes,
I love that movie.
He goes, and it was an advertisement that Australia ran against crimes against women. Mm-hmm. And it's Chopper in jail. And he said, and his opening line is, "I'm not a tough guy, but I've broken a lot of men that thought they were tough guys."
yeah, absolutely.
Chopper's a great movie, by the way.
That was a great movie. That was Eric Bana, wasn't it?
Yep.
Yeah.
That's what made him. That's what made him.
Holy shit, that was a good movie, man.
Yeah, that was a fun one. How's Chuck Liddell?
Chuck Liddell was very, very tough. Between our first and second fight, he somewhere found a lot of power. In our first fight, he didn't punch very hard. In our second fight, he punched very, very hard.
Really?
So dropping those old right hands that he used to do?
Yep. Yeah, he hit me with one in the first round, square in the forehead, and I don't really remember much of the rest of that round. I kind of regained focus midway through the second round, so...
You were the only one to cause Chuck to have a submission loss.
Yep.
What does Chuck say to you after that? Like right after that, what does he get up and say to you? Like, fuck you, or
nothing,
man, that was
asleep.
Did he go to sleep?
Did he go to sleep?
He was asleep. No, Chuck's a great guy. We didn't really talk much after the fight. Obviously, we split up, go back to, we both got to get seen by the doctor and that kind of thing. So I never really ran into him until quite a while later, but Chuck's always been a great guy.
Jeremy's one of the guys at the gym where like he did this the other day, Evan. He's sitting there and he's like on side mount because we're just fucking off because we've been done. And he goes, "Now you get to go to sleep." And he just like rested a shoulder on one of my side of my neck. Not even like a full submission. I'm like, that's not a smooth. And then my eyesight just went, and then he let it back and he goes, I was like, I'm good.
Wow.
I'm good.
It was that quick.
That's an artisan craft.
Dude, it's a craft, man. Like, again, I can't attest to like, if someone's in Salt Lake City area, dude, you got to go to the gym. It's fun and it will humble your ass real fucking quick.
Yeah, because there's bar fight tough, and then there's Jeremy Horn tough, where it's just like you'll get raped afterward. Yeah,
I remember one of the announcers asked him what he did to train, and he was like, "Well, I just got drunk a lot and got in a bunch of bar fights."
Yeah.
That's kind of how Chuck Liddell seemed to me. Like whenever I saw him, he kind of had like a beer belly. You could tell maybe he had a few back in the dressing room, and then just came out and was like, "Well, fuck it, we're gonna fight."
Man, you look relaxed out there. Yep, Jack Daniels in the Coors Light, motherfucker. You're like, all right.
Yeah, that's what it seemed like, right? Like that's when it first started, and I think that's what made him so popular initially. It was like, man, is he supposed to be back at Roadhouse in an hour, or like he's got someplace to go?
That's fucking hilarious.
Yeah. So what do you think about Ronda Rousey, Jeremy?
Be more specific.
As a whole, because she's taking a lot of heat now that she's not. Because Dana White came on yesterday and said, "Look, she's probably not going to fight again." Was she that good to begin with? 1, 2, like why wouldn't you come back? Or were you just saying, dude, I'm just not good enough anymore?
It's hard to say. Everybody's perspective is a little bit differently. And I deal with this all the time in the gym when I'm training guys. There's a different mentality. Like some people are born to fight and they love to fight. And some people just like to win. And then they're willing to take a little bit of a beating and they're willing to go through some adversity to win. But eventually, when that adversity piles up too much, the win is not worth it and they don't want to do it anymore. And some people just love to fight. And if you love to fight, there is no amount of adversity that can stop you from loving to fight.
Yeah, that's what I believe. Yeah.
I mean, it doesn't change the fact you're still in a fight.
That's a cool concept. Yeah.
Yeah.
And that's the big difference. So Ronda Rousey is an incredible athlete. And she is very, very skilled at what she does. But I don't really think that she likes to fight. You can kind of see it in her demeanor when she starts getting pushed a little bit. You can kind of see it in her face. She kind of starts to doubt herself. Vanderlei Silva loves to fight. You hit that guy with a cinder block and drop him to his knees, and he gets right back up and comes at you twice as hard. That guy loves to fight. And win or lose, he's like, look, this is the best day of my life. I get to fight today. And I think other people are just like, I really want to win, and I kind of like fighting. I like beating somebody up.
Right.
But when I'm the nail instead of the hammer, I don't like it so much.
That makes absolute sense.
Yeah. When's the last time you fought, by the way?
It's been a couple of years now. I think it was November of 2015, maybe.
Oh,
I got to get another one in before that 2-year mark.
Yeah.
And what would you go back to? UFC or
what organization do you think?
I don't really know. Probably Bellator. Just because they're a little more free with their contracts and they're dealing with the fighters. I don't know if I'll be 42 this year, so I still like to fight, but I don't know if I really have the energy to really drive to try to get back to a title or anything like that. So I'd just be fighting to have some fun and beat some people up. So
the word fighting to have fun.
I just be fighting to have fun and beat some people up.
Yeah.
God, I wish I could say shit like that. I really do. Like people would be like, "What are you talking about?"
Violence. Well,
I know this
our
place where we
Secretary
can
of
teach you
Defense
how to do
once
that.
said that shooting people is fun.
Who said that?
Our Secretary of Defense.
Yeah. I wouldn't disagree with that statement.
No,
I wouldn't disagree with that statement. I wouldn't disagree with there are some gunfights that are fun.
But that's more
being shot at.
When you're winning. It's like the Ronda Rousey analogy you made. When you're winning in war, it's
awesome.
super fun. When you're losing, it's terrible.
Really bad. It sucks really bad.
The ones when you have NVGs and PEC 15s, those are really good.
Yeah, it's like
they have
hunting.
nothing?
It's like hunting retarded coyotes. It's fucking great. Are you kidding me? It's fucking awesome.
Oh my god, I love that.
Oh god.
Hunting retarded coyotes.
The old
What's war like with lasers? Mm-hmm.
It's like hunting retarded coyotes. Yeah, it's great.
That should be TNVC's new slogan.
Yeah.
Use our products. It's like hunting retarded coyotes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like that.
Why? Hey, Jeremy, why did you choose Salt Lake City?
My girlfriend's born and raised here, so we've been together for.
Who was also a pro fighter, right?
Yes. When she was fighting, she was ranked number 1 at 125 and 135 both.
Stud.
Yep.
Shit.
And it was actually
number
she
one
was
stunner.
Yeah, she was killing everybody, and nobody really would fight her. But she had a full-time job and 2 kids. So eventually, when fighting wasn't paying the bills because it was way before the Ronda Rousey era, she eventually just had to retire because it was just taking too much time for too little return. She was crushing everybody. She retired at 13-2.
Wow.
And, couldn't find any fights that would pay and anybody that would fight.
It's crazy you say that because you do see that like the heart of some of the older fighters, like in your generation, where it's like there was no money involved. You're talking like Back fighting in the UFC, what were we talking, like $5,000 for a main card performance, if that?
Yeah, when I fought Frank Shamrock, I got $2,500 to show, and had I won, I would have gotten another $5,000.
No
Yeah,
way.
Holy
And you're talking
shit.
two of the biggest names back then.
Yeah.
Holy fuck.
Fuck, that's crazy.
So-
That's not an incentive. That's like, I hope I don't have to spend that on fucking getting
Exactly.
stitches in a broken
That's
bone.
like baseball
Right.
players'
That
salary in the
demonstrates who wanted to
1800s.
fight because they love to fight.
Yeah, God dang.
Man.
So when you look at today, when you look at like the fighters that are out there today, you look at the generational difference, kind of how fighting has evolved in the last few years. And can you even say, as it evolved, do you think it's changed? Has the fighting become more progressive? Tell me what your thoughts are on just fighting in general.
I mean, obviously, the sport has progressed. The fighters are more skilled. The training is a little bit more dialed in, and they kind of know what's going on. We were cavemen back then. Just if something was difficult, do it until it wasn't difficult, and then find something else. But now the training has gotten a little bit better. But unfortunately, the fighters, for the most part, have gotten weaker.
Explain that to me.
Because now, I get people walking into the gym, like flicking a cigarette right as they walk in the door and going, okay, I'm ready to start. I've dedicated my whole life to this. How long do I have to train before I get a fight? And how much do I get paid for that fight?
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
And I'm like, dude, you're a joke. Get out of here. Like, I want somebody that wants to train because they love to train. And if fighting is something that falls in your path, then great. And if you end up making money at it, that's even better. But I want you here because you love to train and that's your goal.
Right.
And that used to be the sport. Everybody trained because they love to train and they're like, oh, hey, I can go fight.
I'm
Oh,
actually
you're going to
pretty
pay
good
me.
at this,
You're going
yeah.
to pay me to do it. That's even better. Now you get people that are getting into the sport for the express purpose of making money.
Well, and the limelight. There's a lot of popularity that goes along with MMA. It's kind of superseded boxing at this point, I would
Mhm.
think.
That kind of goes along with what I was saying earlier. If your goal is anything other than I want to fight because I love to fight, then your goals are not, you're going to get broken easily. Everybody thinks they want to do MMA. They want to do this because they think it's an easy career. I want to fight for a living. It's easy. Well, it's not. When you get your teeth knocked out, the $500 you made for that fight is not worth it.
I might have a fight coming up with those guys. With Josh and I said we'd fight because Tim
Really?
Kennedy. Remember Tim
Oh, yeah.
Kennedy responded to
was it Deadspin or something like
Deadspin?
that? Yeah.
Really?
Yeah, because they were like,
want in on
anybody
that.
that supports Ted Cruz, I'll step in the fucking octagon right now. And then Tim Kennedy goes, I'll be your Huckleberry.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah.
That's great.
And then they were called out. Ranger Rep called out their all the riders and their staff, and so we jumped on it and said, "Yeah, I'll fight. That's
That's
fun.
fucking
That's
cool
fun.
as shit. Yeah.
Fucking
I
beat the
would
shit out
no
of some
joke.
snowflakes."
Yeah, it's
I would fight one of them
the
without
head editor
my
of,
arm.
of Deadspin.
Jeremy,
I ride on
so you're on
horseback.
board, Jeremy?
Absolutely.
Jeremy's on Team Black Rifle. Look
Yep.
at that. All right.
Like,
Yeah,
no joke,
but
I won't
hey,
use my
he
hands.
hasn't responded though.
You won't even
won't
use
use
your
your
hands.
hands.
That's
Won't
fucking
use my
rad.
hands.
God, wouldn't that be awesome to see Jeremy fight with his hands tied, both of them behind his
Back.
back, and just beat the fuck out of somebody? God, I would fucking pay to see that. Like, that would be incredible.
That's another thing, once you start training for a little bit and you kind of realize where the level actually is, it's ridiculous.
Really?
If you give me a guy that's 6'2", 250 pounds, that's a reasonable athlete, he probably punches pretty hard, even if he doesn't know anything. But your average person that doesn't have any training, it's a joke. I'll let you punch me right in the face. It doesn't matter.
Right.
They don't understand the mechanics. They don't understand, how to even clench your fist. It's a joke.
That's a
Yeah.
cabbage move where he'd be like, "Bro, I just tucked my head and hurt their fist." And I'm like, "Yeah, but it's with your head.
Exactly.
Whatever."
Yeah.
I'm like, "You're a man of bronze toughness."
Yeah. Well,
Do you know Cabbage, Jeremy?
I can relate.
I've met him a couple of times. I don't know him real well, but I've met him a couple of times.
He was on the show with BJ as well. They're a good group of guys.
Yeah, BJ's a great guy. I like him. He's another one. Old school fighter, loves to fight.
Right.
Yeah,
Doesn't
same,
really care
same
what-
thing.
what
Yeah,
comes
that was a
after that.
bad
Wants to
loss
fight.
the other night.
Yeah, it was. That's
Shit
sad to
happens.
watch.
We still love him.
They say the spirit is willing, but the flesh is weak. You still want to fight. Your mindset's still there. Your technique is there, but sometimes your body
Right.
just starts slowing down a little bit and can't quite get it done. It sucks.
Father
Yeah, I
Time
would
is
say
undefeated.
it's interesting because knowing Jeremy for the last couple years, we've gone out, done some shooting together. He's a very accomplished shooter too. He always carries a pistol, so the good thing about that is don't think that there's a weak point in Jeremy that you might be able to sneak up on
No.
him in the back end, because
Well, dude, when we
he will beat you the fuck up, or he'll he'll shoot you in the face.
Dude, when we went out to Ready Man the first time I met Jeremy, I was like, okay, I'm gonna have some fun with this guy because it was like asserting dominance.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
I'm a shooter, and then he pulled out his pistol from the jaw and just ting 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 ting, and ran the pie plates. And I was like, all right, I'm not gonna fuck with that because if I have an off day, I'm gonna get fucking shown up. Shit.
Is he that good?
Everybody always.
He's
Very,
great.
very good shooter.
Yeah, he's a very good shooter. He's very accomplished. He's a competitor. That's the thing that, like, I like to compete. I like to compete. I really like to fucking step up on the line, like compete against people. It's fun for me. I win or lose, like I've had fun because I know I can fucking throw down. But not being a fighter in any capacity in the sense of like, sure, I know how to throw a punch and I know how to defend myself. But if I can't like dedicate enough time and energy into something to be good at it, I just was like, fuck, dude, I can't even like begin to scratch.
People with that competitive spirit tend to be successful in any right in their life because like him as a shooter, because he's competitive as a fighter, business owner, and things like that. And that's been one of my main frustrations getting in the gym more now is like, you spar these pros guys, they make you look like a bitch, and I'm so competitive that I just get so frustrated with myself, like, why am I not winning? I'm fucking 220 and fit, and I just fuck.
I'm the same way on the shooting range.
Yeah.
I mean, like I'm a good shot, but there's better. And I look at people, I'm like, well, I'm a second and a half out of the holster, and this guy's 1 second, and this guy's half a second. Like I suck. I want to be there. I want to be that good. I want to be that guy.
What made you want to start doing it without a military background?
I mean, what American boy doesn't love guns? Exactly. Yeah. And that really was, all it was. I've always loved guns, and I've always been a shooter. And to me, I mean, I suppose there is an element of the whole macho thing with guns, but really, I have some friends that ask me that, they want to go to the range all the time, and like, I don't want to go to an indoor range. It's not fun for me anymore. I don't.
No.
Like I'm no longer interested in the loud bang of a gun. To me, this is a skill. I want to take that bullet and put it right where I want it as fast as I can. And that's what is challenging to me. I don't care about the gun being loud, and people are like, hey, I got this new fully auto such and such. You want to shoot it? I'm like, nah, I don't care.
Yeah.
I want to get good with my tools. It's just a challenge to master a skill. And the fact that it happens to be shooting to me is just incidental.
Well, and I think you were out at that Deliberate Dynamics thing with Jeff and those guys, right?
No,
Did you go
missed
down?
that
Oh,
one.
you
I
didn't
saw
go
some
down
of the
there?
videos, but yeah.
Because once you get into like a force-on-force scenario-driven shooting experience, you'll never. It's like you can't even go to a static range because it's so fucking boring. But once you actually learn how to fight in the house or against somebody in a scenario, that's the bee's knees. And you really start to see, okay, well, this is where my draw stroke really is. It really starts to pull apart all the weaknesses in your training. You start to see, okay, I can't move. I'm frozen on my feet. I stick in the fucking holster. You start to see every one of your cracks, right? It's just like sparring, I would imagine, where you gotta fucking throw down. And if you're just punching a mannequin, bro, you're only going to go so far.
The similarities between fighting and shooting, I found, are insanely the same because, like, you're out there on a static range, like you're talking about, and you're just boom, boom, boom. You see all those people that can put fucking holes and holes and nice in a target. The second you get them moving and shooting, it's a completely different thing. It's the same thing of like, I thought I was decent because I could hit a bag and I knew like striking somewhat technically, and then you throw that like, okay, let's do that while we're moving while someone else is trying to punch you. You fucking fall apart, And it's the same thing you see with like, maybe not 3-gun shooters, but some other guys are like, oh, I can shoot. You put them moving from a holster, mag changes, having to shoot from different positions, they fall apart.
Oh, I put 3-gun guys into scenarios where we're just fucking tuning them up. And when I say that, it's like simunitions hurt. They hurt like a motherfucker. And so I put a competitive 3-gun, like one of the best guys in 3-gun, put him through a bunch of scenarios a few years back. And I won't say his name because it was like super embarrassing because the dude could not shoot against people that were shooting at him. It was almost impossible for him.
Pauly Shore.
And yeah.
We'll call him Pauly Shore.
Well, he didn't. Yeah. He's a competitor. He likes to shoot, but he's not a fighter. Does that make sense?
Oh, absolutely.
And so you've got guys with, like Jeremy was talking about, where they're there for the violence. I mean, I hate to be cliche and say that, but it's like, man, it is fun, and it is fun to fucking hurt people that are trying to hurt you. It's really fun. So I can't emphasize enough, like, I love. I worked in that environment for so long, just running scenarios and fighting against dudes with sims. That it's not paintball. Like it's not because it hurts.
No,
and it's tactics driven.
Yeah.
It's just a totally different experience. And you throw in some fucking punches in the middle of that. Yeah. Damn, bro, that is a sweet tasting experience.
It's fun.
God, it is.
Other
fun.
than a sim in the ass, like the ass cheek, that's a motherfucker, dude.
That is, yeah.
I'm not a fan of that. Face
Oh God,
and ass.
the last time we did that, I fucking was number one in the door and got shot point blank range, and then tackled by a guy in a red man suit. So then the next iteration, I didn't want to go in that door.
No,
that wasn't fun.
No, this guy.
I greatly hesitated going in.
Yeah, I used to go. There's a place called the Direct Action Resource Center. That's not plugged for them, Darcy. And Jeff Martone, who's the instructor for CrossFit kettlebells, he's been doing that for years. He was the aggressor, and the dude can I can't even imagine what a punch from you feels like, Jeremy. But this dude, it felt like a bolt of lightning was going through my body. He's one of the single most I guess strongest fucking dudes I'd ever been around. Like we'd been punched, and especially when you get this fucking padded equipment on, you're like, oh, whatever, fuck it. It still hurts, but it didn't shake you to the core of your DNA.
We're like, I don't like that.
I do not like that.
I do not like that.
I do not like green eggs and ham or being fucking punched by fucking
Homeboy
Jeff
in the throat.
Martone. And but it tunes you up to the point where you're like, I got to get on the fucking gun and get on this thing early. And that was like one of the pivotal points in my life where I was like, I want to be such a artisan of weapons that go bang and keep distance between me and people that can fucking go hands on. That's all I want to, I'm just going to dump all my time and energy into being like this dude that can wield carbines, pistols, and frags. I don't give a fuck about anything else because I don't want to be in this fucking room trying to fight 2 or 3 different dudes. But that's my stupid.
I like it.
Over the world.
I like it. Hey, Evan, I got a weird question for you. What's the difference between shooting in cold weather versus hot weather, and is there a preference?
Yeah, fucking shooting hot weather, man. Shooting in cold weather when you got cold hands and you got to bundle up and you can't really get into the experience. I'd much rather shoot in hot weather in a fucking t-shirt. No.
Yeah, there's some complications in long range precision with different weather stuff, but I never did that.
I like the heat, man. Give me a Hawaiian shirt.
Fuck yeah.
Give me a Hawaiian shirt, some fucking shorts, a speed belt, some flip flops, and let's make that steel ring,
let's
buddy.
Party.
That's when the guys, when you're kind of cheating, the guys they wear the see-through mesh vest for concealment on the competitions.
Yeah, no.
I want to see it under a t-shirt. An appendix or 4 o'clock, whatever.
Yeah.
These guys that put on the little vest back. All right, it's concealed.
Not
exactly.
Not really.
Some people were making a little
really
fun of me
run
because
all day.
when we did try standing on this flag video, I was out there in board shorts and sandals on the range running the fucking AR. I'm running around like a psycho, but I was like, I don't give a fuck what it would get tagged by some brass and burn me a little bit. And if I take a piece of fucking lead from the steel target, it's gonna go through any pants I'm wearing. So I'm gonna eat it no matter what. As long as my eyes are good, I'm good.
There was one day when I was in Mosul and the sergeant major yelled at me because my sleeves were rolled up.
Yeah.
And I just scowled at him and rolled them back down. And then as soon as he went back in his striker, I rolled him back up. Well, later that day, we got into a scuffle, and I had the 240 on that back mount. And the first 3 rounds of brass that I hit off went down my sleeve and burned my arm. And I jumped down the hatch and was screaming and trying to get him out. And then I was like, Sergeant Major, you win this round.
You win this round.
I was gonna say you might have been better if you got no shirt on. The brass just hit you and bounce off.
Right? Yeah.
Rather than getting stuck inside a shirt.
True.
You win
That is
this
true.
round, Sergeant Major.
That's the girls that never that wear the low cut shirts. They catch one right in the titties.
Yeah.
I'm like, ooh, I'll get that for you with my mouth.
I've got 3 scars around my neck from fucking brass, either flipping out of dudes next to me on the range and landing in my collar, or I had a piece of 50 cal brass come out of the turret and fucking land on the side of my neck. Yeah, it's nice. You can still see it.
Oh
It's
shit, that is a nice little burn you got there.
Yeah. Ooh, that one sizzled. Yeah, let me
that's
tell
sat
you.
on there for a while.
I'll tell you what. That was one of the reasons I started wearing a helmet because I did not.
You did not like that.
I did not like that experience one bit. When you have a frying pan next to your fucking cheek, that's not a good experience. I don't like that.
I'm gonna start using that term in life now. I don't like that.
I don't like that.
I learned I don't like that.
I've been reading my 3-year-old a lot of green eggs and ham, so I'm just kind of in that. I do not like green eggs and ham. She's fucking way into it.
I was gonna say that was an obscure reference. It makes sense that you were reading a kid book.
Yeah, but if
That's
all
what I
children
learned.
talk like that, it would be an easier world, wouldn't it? Like if everybody just
Totally.
talked like that. I don't like that. Okay, great.
I don't
like that.
Dogs lay eggs. And I learned something today.
With that, kids, let's get to the drinking bro of the week, shall we?
All right. The Drinking Bro of the Week has been submitted by Zach Durham, Eric Totel, Jacob Bixler, John Kincaid, Kevin Talley.
Damn.
All these people.
Damn.
I've been listening to the podcast since its inception. I always look forward to hearing the story behind the Drinking Bro out of the Week. Today, I ask you to recognize Matt Urine. Urine.
It's UHRIN. So Matt, if we said urine on accident and it's not urine,
I don't know the guy personally, but in my mind, he is a patriot we should all aspire to be. While on his route working for FedEx, Matt witnessed a group of spineless fucktards attempting to set a fire to the American flag on the sidewalk. Thanks to his true patriotism and love of America, Matt confronted the gutless cowards with a face full of fire extinguisher, putting out the fire and retrieving Old Glory before anyone could react. We did get a photo yesterday of Matt wearing the Try Standing on This Flag from almost a year ago.
No shit.
Yeah, how did he get that? Did you guys
He has
send that
been
to
a
him?
drinking bro
Dude, yeah.
since the beginning.
You're kidding.
So no, Ross. So Jared's like, oh, we should call the guy, the FedEx guy, Matt. And I was like, wait, you know him? And we call him, and then he's like, holy shit. We're like, what's up, man? He's been a drinking bro and a supporter of everything we've been doing for a good minute now. So
What?
It was fucking super fucking cool that he went out there and did that, man.
Yeah,
And cheers,
yeah.
Matt. We FaceTime with him and everything.
He wears the shirt that says "Try Standing on This Flag," and then when he sees it in public, even though he's working and wearing his work uniform, he stops it.
It's fucking awesome.
That
Yeah,
dude
no,
put
this
his money
story
where
has
his
gone
mouth was.
completely viral. This guy's gone viral, and everybody online was wondering because there was a rumor that he might have gotten fired for it, but he didn't.
No,
He didn't, right?
FedEx came back and said he currently works for FedEx, and that's not going to change.
Yeah, they don't plan on his employment.
So
status changing.
good.
I thought that was
That
awesome
story
that they
was
supported
everywhere.
him
I
like that.
can't believe he's a drinking bro. That's fucking awesome.
It's a little refreshing, right? Not to just fire a dude for
Right.
fucking being a patriot. So
Yeah, I
good
know.
on you, Matt.
So cheers, Matt.
Fucking A,
You are
Matt.
drinking-
Cheers.
Cheers.
You're a drinking bro of the week, and I'll tell you, you're a contender for the Brosman.
Yeah. A lot of people nominated him for the Brosman.
Yeah, so we will have him as the first contender of 2017. for the Brosman Award. Which an update on the trophy.
Yes.
It is at the Bronzer now. They're finishing up the cast for it, and then they will produce 2 of them. The first one that will go to Jimmy
Long. Yeah.
and-
Jimmy.
And Jimmy will be invited the day that we name 2017s to pass it along, and then the second one will go to Dave, who created the trophy itself. So he created it for us under the guise that he gets to have one to put on his mantle.
That's
Boom.
great. When are these going to be ready?
I would say in the next 2 weeks we'll probably have one.
Oh, fuck yeah. I'll be there next week, man. If it's there next week, I'd love to get my hands on it. Just love to
Just
touch it in
touch
real
it.
life. Yeah.
Touch me, say. Sorry.
Yeah.
All right. Wow.
Well, Jeremy, thank you so much for coming on the show, brother.
Thanks for having me.
And if you want to plug the gym one more time, please do.
Yeah, it's Elite Performance or ElitePerformanceGym.com. We're in Sandy, Utah.
I'm there every Saturday, open gym at 11. If y'all want to come down and punch faces with me and get the gym and check it out.
Yes, Tim Marchman. He's talking about you from Deadspin, the editor of Deadspin. Why don't you get down to the gym and take on
I think
Matt
I
and
could-
Jeremy?
I think I could fuck that dude up with one hand. I need one hand. Give me the jab or the cross. I got it.
There you go. That's
Wait, is
all
that
you
right
need.
or left? Is that right or left, Matt? Which one is it?
Well, it doesn't. Well, I mean, depends on my stance. I'll go.
Oh, there's an intelligent answer.
Shit.
Thanks, coach.
Matt's ambidextrous. Awesome. Jeremy, thanks for being here. This is a fucking fun show. For Jeremy
Awesome. Thanks
Horn,
for having me.
special guest, go to his gym. Go train with him. Let him kick the fuck out of you. Mr. Jared Taylor, Evan Hafer, Matt Best. I am Ross Patterson. We are out of here. Good night, drinking brothers.
Love you guys.